This episode is fueled by Mountain Ops, supplements to conquer more and crush your countdowns. Visit mountainops.com for all your supplemental needs. Fuel, recover, repeat. This episode is brought to you by Zircle Optics. No matter where your adventure takes you, the journey looks better through Zircle. Visit zircleoptics.com. Built to perform, designed to disrupt.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew.
I'm Leighton.
And we're awesome.
And brothers.
And brothers. No, dude, I'm so stoked. Look at where we are at.
This is our playground. We're at a-basin, Colorado.
A-basin, Arapahoe Basin, Colorado, baby.
For the Yeti Cycles Gathering, 25th year anniversary.
That's right, exactly. And so we have the awesome opportunity to ride the lift, show where we're going to be riding, talk shop, and dude, I don't know, I'm just so stoked.
Yeah,
like we're here.
And we get to dive into Yeti, what their bloodline, what makes them tick, you know, and who they are behind the curtain. And we're gonna have some of their employees on, their freaks, their customers, what makes them freaks for Yeti, and lots of riding.
100%. And I think that real quick, it's just such an honor to be here. It's an honor to be in this place, this position of being like showing what they're all about. It's humbling for us because we love the brand so much. And then just to be out here representing is awesome. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the trails.
It's beautiful.
Hit that.
Oh yeah, because we've never been here before. I've never been to Colorado. This is interesting. We're down there. We were at 10,000 feet. We live at sea level.
Yep.
So we have our own challenges to face.
That's a tech trail.
Technically, this is day one of the gathering, but for us, it's day two. We were up at Yeti Cycles headquarters yesterday.
Yep.
We did their lunch run with their employees and a couple other customers, we learned real quick about elevation and breathing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah. Not just hard to breathe, but get oxygen to the blood and to your legs. They'll quit real fast. So.
Thankfully, I started beforehand really digging into drawing blood away from my brain so they can go in my body and perform better.
That's normal.
Wait a minute.
Sweet. Okay. Cool. No, we're a podcast about doing hard things and mental health, and we talk about our stories about how we got through depression and suicidal thoughts and alcoholism, and and we like to have guests on, share their stories. We've had a lot of Yeti ambassadors on, Mountain Ops, one of our sponsors. Zircle, we're sponsored by Zircle now too, Zircle Optics, and so we're really excited to really get to know the people at Yeti and maybe end some misconceptions about who their customers are. Something about DDS, I don't know. Well, who knows?
No, absolutely. Everybody up here is a dentist.
Yeah.
And so
we are now.
Yeah,
we got certified at headquarters as dentists,
and we started extracting teeth.
Yeah, man. So it's a crazy experience. I kind of like
it. No, and their new bike does have a cavity.
Has a what?
Cavity.
It does have a cavity. Yeah,
so
a little.
It tracks.
Yes. Yeah. The new LT, with the getting rid of the Switch Infinity, moving to the Sixfinity. And it's an incredible bike. We rode it in the parking lot.
It was rad.
Incredible. Went down like a little 4-stair. That travel, man.
I would argue if it feels good in the parking lot, it's going to feel amazing on the hill.
That is true.
It's just my take.
That is what they say.
However,
I
got to prove it. I want to prove it.
You want to get it up on there? Up on the mountain? Yeah,
so we are coming up on the end of our ride here, the lift here. So we'll have to make sure our cameraman turns around and is able to see.
So we were just talking about learning a lot of things at Yeti headquarters, and one thing we really learned is just how kind and fun their employees are. They're always up for a good time. They are just
chill.
stoked to meet you, because there's some bikers that aren't cool. and chill.
But they're not here.
They're not here. They don't exist here.
And that's what I love about Yeti too. Is like
they can't handle 10,000 feet.
That's right. What I love about them too is that they have. They're a race bred bike. I mean, the company that they go to all the races. They are top competitors in each race, and they gear their gear for it. But then there's this other side where they got the freaks that buy their stuff, who are totally chill. And I would expect, going to headquarters, I would expect this huge operation, but they're really small.
Yeah, they are.
And like it's intimate.
They're efficient.
In a way. Yeah. And everybody's just chill and inviting. Oh yeah, dude, come on in. And we got to meet the owners yesterday and just all their staff, and it's just been awesome. So like we love the bikes. We've been riding them for years, and so it's rad to get on this side of it where they are just as cool as their bikes.
Yeah. They care so much.
Yeah.
They put so much detail into everything at headquarters too. Style. It's just really a testament to how much work they put into their bikes, and they're so proud, and as they should be. Like they just made podium for racing, and they are ambassadors. They really support that side. They call the ambassadors the yin to their racers yang, which I love, and it's just they appreciate their customer base. Like these aren't cheap bikes,
and they don't really care if you're horrible at riding.
Yeah. Oh man, we were sucking wind trying to climb.
Brutal, man.
Climbed almost 2,000 feet yesterday, and at from 6,000 feet to 8,000 feet, and we were struggling. But on the way down, was chunky, and their bikes that we ride can handle it all.
Now I am looking for a bear, so that's why I'm kind of looking around.
We're high enough, I think.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out again to Arapahoe Basin.
Yeah.
This place is magical.
Yep.
I've been to several different bike parks. This is, in my opinion, right up there. We'll check out the trails today, see how that tracks.
Yeah.
But so far, it's been rad.
Yeah, today we're going to ride here. Tomorrow we're going to ride Kirkland? I don't know.
Keystone.
Let's
try Keystone. It's another beer.
Keystone. Yeah, not the Costco brand.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I see our tent from here.
Oh, wow. Because you got a 10-person tent for 3 people. Yeah,
dude, I'm so stoked on that tent. That thing's massive.
Oh man, but yeah, this place, we've only been here a day, and it just feels so fulfilled. Like if we didn't do anything else, this would be a worthwhile trip. Our producer and I drove from California. We left at 9 p.m. on Tuesday. We picked Drew up in Salt Lake City and then drove the rest of the way. And it's like 25 hours. It was beautiful.
I feel like you guys have driven more than you've actually been in one.
Alive? Oh, yeah, that too. No, just you realize how big the United States is when you start driving it. And
big country.
Oh, and dude, last night we had lightning and thunder and pouring down rain, setting up tents and stuff, but everyone was great mood. It was and it felt like it was going to snow. It was freezing. But everyone's happy. Like we're here for the stoke. Nothing can get us down. So
that's high praise.
Yeah, man.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
the challenges are coming. Oh my gosh.
Any other shout outs we want to do? This is just a day one, episode 1, or so to speak. So there's gonna be a lot more of us.
Shout out to Mountain Ops. Shout out to Zirkle. Shout out to Teeter Training. These are our sponsors. Shout out to Fox, Raceface.
Dude.
Who else are we missing? Tasco, MTB. We're honored to represent you guys in this spot that believe in our dream of talking about mental health and people that
and the ride's over
and the
more
ride's
to come.
over. More to
please raise your feet.
Come.
Yeah, because we're freaking hungry.
Because
we're here. All right, everybody, welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your co-host Drew.
I'm Leighton.
And we're brothers.
Yes.
And today I'm going to mess up because I'm a big nerd fan. Getty about Yeti. Ooh, that's a Getty about Yeti? There we go.
Stamp.
Nerd. Yeah.
I like nerd fans.
Yeah, that works too, right? And we have the owners on.
Of Yeti.
Of Yeti.
Yeah.
Cycles. I just want to be clear about that because every once in a while
That's
people are
true.
like, Yeti, all the coolers. It's like, no,
No,
not at all.
come on
I mean,
now.
they're cool.
Yeah.
You guys were first. Too.
Yeah.
OG.
Exactly. So, no, we appreciate you guys taking the time to be down here with us. Here we are in a-basin, Colorado. We've been asking the employees, what they do, all that stuff like that. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into your hearts, into your customers and what that means to you. I mean, you guys are a race team. You are bred that way, owners of it, and that's your focus. Yet you put on these events, which not a lot of companies do that. Appreciation for their customers, and I love your passion. I mean, even trying to talk last night and sharing your thanks to everybody. You're welling up.
Happens every year.
And I love that.
I wish
though.
it did.
I mean, that passion is evident. So, I guess to start, what do you think of this year with the gathering?
How's it going so far?
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of a unique format for us. So we've done everything from, going to completely off-grid places like Mancus and Craig, and there's a different kind of customer that shows up for that, right? They're pretty burly, they have big rigs, or they like camping,
Right.
and there's no showering. It's pretty unique. And we've really been trying to mix it up because when you have 400 plus people showing up, it's difficult to get permits. It's difficult to be able to have the infrastructure, whether it's, great food is a big part of what we do. Right. And make it an experience that are kind of bucket list rides. And so we kind of have those mapped out, and we'd never done a bike park. And a lot of us had spent, time racing in the Mountain States Cup and hanging out at Keystone. And I frankly haven't been here for over a decade.
Okay.
And, when I first thought we were coming up here, I'm like, I'm not sure that's like the best thing. And then I got back and we were doing party laps all day,
Right.
and everybody was super stoked. So, we're really excited about being here. And we typically choose the events to be bucket list rides that people want to do. And we do that both domestically, but we also have our international gatherings as well. And those are kind of worldwide. They're smaller, 20 people-ish, depending on the venue. And, we try to get people to places so they can, we all love to ride bikes, so I had to geek out on them. And the reality is having that adventure experience is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So why throw this on? I mean, you've been doing it for 25 years. Like, what was the catalyst that made this start, back in the day?
Take that one, dude.
Because not everyone does this.
The catalyst. So, yeah, and Conroy spoke a little bit about this last night, but it was an original thought by Parker and the Germans, back in '85, in the '80s when they started, and the Germans took a run at it and did a 200-person plus event in Germany. And Conroy knew about this, and looking back at it, just it was natural progression for us to adopt that in the USA, and just the enthusiasm behind race and ambassadors and the brand itself. It was pretty easy to collect enough Yeti freaks to come out and party with us and ride.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay. So to me, it's the humility of the entire, call it an international gathering or a gathering in Colorado. It's just so humbling that we have this customer base that wants to not only come and ride with us and our employees and, racers and ambassadors, but they truly are just mesmerized by the brand, and they want to be out here. And that's just the humility of that all is staggering.
Freaks.
Yeah.
Well named, but
Yeah, exactly. No, that's awesome. Okay, so take us back a little bit before you guys worked for Yeti. Then all of a sudden it sells. Were you working for them when it sold?
Yeah,
to
so a
Schwinn?
little bit different background.
Okay.
So I've been in the bike industry forever, worked at retail, worked at Scott back in the day. Scott bought Schwinn out of bankruptcy.
Okay.
I moved from Ketchum, Sun Valley area down to Boulder, and I was product manager. And, it was kind of back in the, crazy 90s where everything was pretty awesome, actually, in the bike business. And
raw.
So we're talking mid 90s. I started at Scott in 91. And then Schwinn bought Yeti. And I was made brand manager for Yeti, and I was still working on the Scott stuff at the same time. So I had, kind of that inside look when Mert Lawa was there,
Mm-hmm.
when the famous Yeti teams with Missy and Miles, and so I had this inside view of the team, kind of really back in the day, not back in the day like people say it now, but back in the day.
Yeah.
And so, Yeti was always a really small brand, and John Parker was this legendary figure that, spun up this brand that was all about racing. It was the first professional race team, manufacturing stuff in-house, which we did when Hoog and I took it over. And, just kind of had this legacy that was bigger than life. We always say we inherited the best brand in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
So there was a series of things that happened, but Volant Ski Company, out of Colorado, they made the steel ski, Shane McConkey, all that kind of stuff. And they wanted to get into a counter-seasonal business. And at this point I had left Scott and Schwen and Yeti. And they said, hey, we want to do this and we want you to run it. And, so I called Greg Bagney, God rest his soul. And
well, they wanted you to help find a brand.
Yeah.
Right.
So we looked at a bunch of silly ones.
Yeah, we did. Plenty of silly ones.
And then and I called Bagney. I'm like, hey, you guys are messing up Yeti. He's like, yeah, we really are.
Wow.
And he loved the brand as well. He was a brand guy through and through. And we put together a deal, and we had a unique situation where the owner of Yeti, or the owner of Volant, was one of the original Apple guys, Mike Markula. And he had bought Volant because it was passion for him. He loved to ski. And now we added Yeti to this mix, and that was in 1999. And they said, okay, you can build your whole team. You can do whatever you want, but you got to take this guy.
Okay.
And Hoog was an engineer.
Did you know him at the time?
Here. We never met before.
Okay, we never met.
Okay.
And Hoog was engineer doing production stuff, and I'll let him take it from there.
Cool.
Yep. So my dream coming out to Colorado in '93 was to work at a ski company.
Okay.
And back then, no smartphones, no internet really.
Right.
And so you're in the paper every day looking at, classifieds and want ads and all that. And eventually a job opened up at Volant, which I applied for, and a typical process took months. And then I got hired as a manufacturing engineer at Volant, and which was a great job. And I loved it. We made skis, and you could make skis in the morning and go ski them in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Completely vertically integrated. But then this Yeti opportunity came along where my job, or my boss at Volant, was moving out of the company, and I had the opportunity either to work there or go work at this new Edition bike company that we're going to acquire.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was Yeti at the time.
Okay.
But I knew it was going to be smaller than Volant, and just being smaller and able to control it, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So after that, then I'd met Chris. I don't know when we first officially met, but was it when we flew to Durango to look at things?
Yeah, that might have been the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were our first thoughts on meeting each other?
Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, it was like 100 years ago.
You're right. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you could remember, but
I was like, he's more handsome than me. He's got to be smart.
yeah, right.
Right.
Hopefully.
That's why I'm the face man.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, the reality is it was a little bit of yin and yang, and still is to this day, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I came from brand marketing, sales side, and was a product manager.
Yeah.
And Hoog came from finance, operations, engineering side.
Mm-hmm.
Ones and zeros.
Yeah, and really that there was a yin and yang thing that in the first decade was really, really confrontational. I mean,
Yeah.
we both care a lot about what we do, and I would tell you that it maybe never got physical, maybe it did, but
It was passionate.
It's
there
okay.
was a lot
I
of
think it was
passion
passion.
about,
Yeah.
how we should run the company. And I think about a decade in, we both looked as like, this guy's the best at what he does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were able just to say, okay, you do that, I'll do this. We still get into each other's shit all the time.
Sure.
Just because we care. But I mean, I think it's a really positive dynamic because,
Yeah.
we had all the fights, we had all the challenges, and, there was no kind of lingering thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeti, if anything, is an incredibly honest company.
Yeah.
And, people say what they feel. And sometimes, that can cause conflict. But we think it's the best way to run a company. So,
Yeah.
we started, Hoog and I started that. and have just tried to continue that on.
Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, even Stretch was here talking about, like, you can have a bad day or butt heads with people, and then, hey, let's go on a lunch ride. You go there and you come back just fine again. You know?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
and work it out that way.
And we understand the butting heads as brothers,
That
doing
happens,
business
yeah.
with each other.
We're still working out, like,
Working
if we're gonna make it or not. No, I'm sure.
No, it's been healthy.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys met. You guys are on board about going towards Yeti or acquiring Yeti. When did the ski all drop off? The companies drop off.
So that was after 9/11.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so 9/11
Okay.
happened. The owner of Volant and Yeti had a CFO that looked at his investments and said, these are silly,
Okay.
and I would recommend you liquidate them. So
At the time, was it the goal to split them up?
well, they were separate anyways at
the
that time.
Okay.
So the goal was just to sell
Yeah.
brand and assets.
Yeah.
So he contacted us and said, hey, we decided we're going to shut the companies down. And Chris, actually, Conroy, boss man here, was out of town. He was in Thanksgiving in Ohio. And so I got the news, and I was on, this is 2001.
Yeah.
I got the Motorola flip phone. I remember driving home, and I'm calling him. I'm like, hey, dude. I'm like, they're shutting us down. And he's like, what? They can't fucking do that. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, we're going to fucking buy it.
Nice. Yes.
So-
Hail Mary. That was
Yeah.
our first Hail Mary.
Amazing.
Oh, man, I love that.
That just got me pumped.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so that was the start of that. Were you weren't in Golden yet at that time, right?
We
You
were.
Okay,
And
you were
this
there.
basically across the street from where we are now.
Okay.
And to put a finer point on that, I mean, Hoog and I didn't come from money, so it isn't like we had a big pile of money sitting around. But we were in Colorado when the housing market was ramping up, and we were able just to put our houses online, right?
Wow.
And say, okay, here's what it is, and we had a really unique situation with Markula, and we said, hey, kind of hat in hand offer, to be honest. Because 9/11 came, and investors, which are friends of ours that wanted, believed in what we were doing. Markula said, hey, you guys have the same passion we had at Apple, and yeah, we're going to do the deal.
Wow.
And I remember I was coaching my kids soccer, and again on my Motorola Razr 3G or whatever it was, and he called and said, hey, we're going to accept the offer, and I was just like, yes. And then I was like, oh shit, what have we
Then you're
done?
shitting your
But now
pants.
what?
Yeah,
Where do we
right.
go from there?
Yeah.
All right, we got it. Yeah, oh boy.
Because we collected so much money, and you need to keep some for capital,
Yeah.
CapEx to keep operating.
Finance guy here.
Right.
And then you need some for the actual purchase.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you need to keep running because you don't know how long the pain's going to last.
And the good news, I would have never thought of any of that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, hey, actually,
Yeah,
we're going to need
it's
this
perfect.
much.
That's right. Okay, so you guys take control. How soon was it after that you were just like, hey, this needs a change, or we need to get back to
We
these
were running the
roots, or-
company. I
Okay,
mean, to be
so
honest, we
you had
were
free
running
rein,
at
didn't
100%.
Okay.
And, we had just launched the ASR, and the ASR was a unique bike for us. We made it in Colorado. And everybody, I'm really aged myself here, but back then it was like, it was the Fisher Sugar was 2.7 inches, and all the cross country bikes were 2.7 inches. And we were riding at Apex every day. We're a ride driven company, and we're like, yeah, that's not enough. And so we made it a 4-inch bike. And for us, it was as light as any other bike that was on the market.
Yeah.
And we also had this weird anomaly when we were making it, because, if you remember, we had the crossbar that did this to a machine part. It was a really cool looking bike. But the head tube always pulled slack.
Okay.
And we were measuring it, and we were having a tough time figuring out production-wise how to solve that problem. But the bike was long, it was slack, and it was low. And, we kind of really appreciated that, because a lot of our staff were gravity guys.
Right.
And we fibbed a little bit on that bike. We said it was 71, 73 because that's what everybody did.
Okay.
And but it was really 69 on the head angle. It descended amazingly. And we won Bike of the Year at Mountain Bike, And I remember when I first called Zap and said, hey, I want you to test this, he didn't know where to put it. He's like, well, what is this? I don't even know what kind of bike this is. And we wound up winning that year.
That's awesome.
And we bought the company. We knew that we had the 575, which is kind of revolutionary trail bike at the time, in the queue. So for us, we were betting on the future, and we knew that we had this amazing brand. and we knew that we had this cool little culture that we thought we could pull it off.
Right. Well, with betting on the future, was that something that was previously before the owner sold it before? Was that the mentality then, or is that something you guys brought to the table? Betting on the future, betting on what we were bringing to the table.
Well, I mean, that's a great question. Isn't everybody betting on the future?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And it's, when I look back at it, it's more about just staying core to who you are.
Yeah.
And this is where Conroy can get a shit ton of credit with respect to racing.
Yeah.
We have had hard times in the past.
$0.
But we've always found a way to race.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was on this continent or what it was, you know, World Cup or what have you. We just figured it out. And, you know, we've had just freaks like Yeti people involved, like Keith Darner, who is just an amazing human, volunteered his time one year just to manage the team. And he just did everything and anything, drove everywhere, got arrested a few times, but a lot of stories
That
there.
happens.
A lot of fun, you know, it happens.
But the commitment to racing and the brand, and you see it today. I mean, it's just everybody at our company is talking about racing. This new bike that just came out, you know, we finished the day over in Europe, 1st, 2nd, and 5th.
Yeah. Right.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
That's telling.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've been
Pretty good plug, huh?
Yeah,
I like that.
absolutely.
I gotta think something nice to say about you.
Racing's definitely been coming up in every conversation because in our world, you know, we ride weekend warriors, you know, and we have a lot of fun. So like we get to watch the racing, and that's really exciting. But actually being able to dive into how the history of the racing for Yeti and how that has stayed and built to now has been incredible that you guys have kept going. So.
I think, you know, I will give Hoog some credit here. So not
You guys are
because
so
we
friendly
have to
right
do
now.
this,
It's great.
But I mean, it's
We're gonna make out later.
so it's interesting
Haven't
because
had that yet.
you can imagine, you know, a guy that came from the ski world and we're racing and it's costing too much money. And we have, you know, these great athletes, Nathan Rennie and and Marlon Streb and
Tara Lanes.
Terry Giannis.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we, you know, so there's a lot of friction with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, Hoog was kind of production guy and he wasn't doing as much design engineering. And then we had a bunch of problems with the 575. And Hoog's like, I think I can fix it. So he got on CAD, SolidWorks, whatever we were using at the time, and he fixed it.
Yeah.
He made it happen. It's like, oh, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and at
And-
the same time, our engineer quit.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
for
all
sure.
right.
And, you know, so Hoog did that. And then he had this concept for what now is kind of Switch Infinity. It goes all the way back to this dual rail bike that we had. And, you know, he had this brainstorm about how we could do it. And we came up with that, right? And then it was like, hey, Hoog, if we do that, you got to go racing. And Hoog was like, okay. And
Damn.
Hoog went out on the race circuit and he was with the team all the time.
Nice.
And, you know, he was improving the bike all the time. He was coming back and, you know, that's when we had machines and the, you know, machining, welding, everything in house, and fell in love with racing. Right. So after that happened with the 303, there were no longer any stresses about racing. We're a race company. We're going to go racing. We both believe it. And it's just kind of core to who we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, you know, one of the important things and the dichotomy in our brand is that when you look at racing as performance, as competitive, and we're really competitive internally as a company. You know, we always say we're as good as our last bike, and we live and die by that on the high end. But we also have this good time side of our company. And you know, I credit John Parker with this. And it's people going out, riding their bikes, having a great time. You know, our kind of main goal is make mountain bikers faster.
Yeah.
And that applies to race, and that applies to anybody who likes to ride their bike.
Yeah.
I love the have fun aspect too. Like that is very prevalent here, especially coming here. Tyler, what time are we at?
And
5 minutes. Okay.
Are we okay with the rain? There's moisture coming through. Okay, just make sure.
That's a good backdrop.
It is.
Yeah.
It keeps it entertaining.
He's the visionary for sure. So
I do want to be respectful of your time,
Yeah.
and appreciate you guys coming on. But we've ridden Yeti for a while, him a lot longer than me, and then he showed me the light.
Like, as a good brother should.
Yeah, as a good brother should.
You need
Clearly
I'm
the
not-
older brother, though.
No,
Yes.
okay. I mean, to be fair, it was like, hey, you need to buy my old bike so I can buy a new one.
Right.
And I was
That
like,
made me
I
a bad
did.
person.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's changed everything. And we really wanted to come to the gathering. We found, this is our first time. Last year we found out about it. We're like, oh, we need to make this work. Well, I did. I don't know. Anyways,
No, it's been a
Fight.
but we really, outside of how amazing these bikes are, we really wanted to show who you guys are. And we've had a ton of your ambassadors on the pod this last 4 months. They've been sharing incredible stories, incredible
Working with you
passion for
guys.
you guys, working
Yeah.
with you guys. You guys have kept to the core on, like you mentioned, the yin and yang of you two, and the yin and yang of racers ambassadors, like has been just there this entire time. So you've created such a legacy, and I'm not just here to blow smoke, but no, like it's we've never seen this before in brands, in a mountain bike company. The passion that all your guys' customers have, or I'm sorry, your customers,
yeah.
but your employees have
Yeah.
for the brand.
Are you just reaching for a tear?
No, yeah, I'll make you
Yeah.
cry.
Is it working?
But I'm
It's
just
just like
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire.
yeah,
Right?
I'm just
I'm not
bringing a
crying, you're
couple.
crying.
Springer, whichever one. I mean,
But it's been an honor of being able to like
Yep.
know you guys and meet all your guys' riders and be friends with them and even catch sponsor or two from them and to work. But anyway, you can
and
go
we
ahead.
feel like we know you guys better
Yeah,
just through your employees. I
Yeah.
mean, to talk highly of you.
talk a little shit too.
Right.
You know,
I
as
I
a
hope
guy.
they
That's
do.
the Yeti way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That is the way.
If not, we gotta change some things.
That's right, exactly. Can't have that. But no, thanks again from those that we've interviewed, even the customers of yours. They are thankful just for not just an event, but I mean, obviously everything that goes into these machines that allow us to enjoy the earth better. Full, hair on fire, whatever the case may be. Even though we're not racers, it is such a blast to know that you will never outlive or outperform this machine behind us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
thank you.
mountain bikes saved our lives and through depression and suicide, and so that's why we have passion for
Oh, right on.
for these stories. Like we're very much a mental health podcast.
Oh, cool.
Around mountain biking.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we didn't quite go into that. Usually our guests will share some deep story about something difficult they went through and how they got through it or how mountain biking helped. And your guys' ambassadors have dove into some stuff
Oh,
that they've been
nice.
to.
I'm
It's
glad to
been
hear that.
awesome.
Yeah.
And we laugh through it. It's not a depressed fest of it.
No, thanks for what you guys do on that, on
No.
that front as well.
So thank you for allowing us to be here and
Share some of your
show.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for
So,
coming.
Yeah, man.
And now, I mean, it
And
kind
now
of
you got to
sucks.
come the next 10 years.
Okay.
We can do this every year.
All right. Well, okay.
And there's
so,
one in Vermont.
So Countdown 2
couple months.
podcast, we reverse engineer goals to completion, and we do big goals. Hence, this is one of them. And like next year, we're just like, what if we do all the gatherings in 1 year?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, all of them next year.
International
So.
is-
International too.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
And share
it's
their
on our
stories.
radar. We'll have to sell kidneys or something, but we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
2 each, right? So
Yeah.
hey, it should be good there. But
Yeah.
One's redundant for sure.
Well, that guy's got some kidneys, too.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
there
mean, he
you
looks
go.
like a
Yeah.
donor.
Hey, his
already.
first ride ever today was
Oh,
on
yeah.
an MTE at the bike park, and he
How
had
good is that bike?
and
It's so much
it
fun.
had clipped pedals on it, and he had regular shoes on. So I'm like, please don't die, please. Slide
And
off,
on
but-
top of that, so that was his first mountain bike ride, and we haven't even ridden the
Yeah, we
MTE,
haven't even ridden the
or
MTE
the
yet,
160E. So it's just like, how fun fair is that?
yeah. So
Awesome.
that's how much we
Well
love you, bro. So
Awesome.
well,
No,
cool.
I my first Yeti was a SB66. Saw it up at Whistler. My buddy bought it from Graves.
Oh yeah.
Threw my leg over and was like, this feels like my downhill bike. And so I rode it the rest of the time at Whistler and was just like, dude, this is amazing. So went home, built up my own. Next bike up was a 6C. That's a fabulous bike. I mean, they just kept on getting better and
Well,
better.
remember Grubby was third at World Champs
Right.
on that bike.
Exactly.
Downhill.
Exactly. Which just blows my mind. And then I got him to buy the 60.
Yeah, I have a 60
And then
now.
I picked up the 140, and that's what I have now.
Awesome.
It's still the 27.5, which I love. So yeah, I haven't found the end of that. But yeah, so it's just been amazing.
Well,
I
thanks
love
for
your
being
guys'
stoked on
brand.
the bikes. That means a ton
Absolutely.
to us.
Yeah. Even 10-year-old bikes, they're amazing.
Oh, dude.
When Stretch was going through everything, I was like, I can't even imagine my bike that's a 2017 6C getting any better, you know, and it has. You guys have done it, so.
We were hoping that he'd get faster, so that I think with this we're gonna get there. So
yeah, we'll get it. So
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
awesome.
thanks
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Badass.